friends. So my greatest accomplishment. My greatest accomplishment is not civil engineering. It's not, being the president of this, doing that. It's not having multiple licenses. It's none of those things. It's actually being a mother. So I was pregnant with twins. I didn't know that they were a part of my life story. So I was the person that was in shock the most when I found out I was having twins. But I carried them all the way to 39 weeks. It was a, healthy pregnancy, but it had its difficult moments. So I went all the way. And when I got home, I had the babies. Everything was going fine, but it was time for me to go back to work. So I went back to work, and I just wasn't feeling right. So I was up at night. I was coughing, couldn't lay down, couldn't lay flat. I remember telling my husband, I think I'm about to die. And he was like, really, you feel like that? I'm like, yes, I feel like that. So I remember going to my doctor, like, something is wrong, something is wrong. And we tried a few things, and then she wound up referring me to her specialist, or her friend that's a specialist. And because I was kind of suffering from the problem, they were like, well, let's admit her to the ER. That way we can get all the tests run faster. After they run all the tests, they find out that I have what's called postpartum cardiomyopathy, or congestive heart failure set on by having babies. So I'm like in shock. So normal hearts pump at an ejection fraction of like 55-60%. Mine was all the way down to 10. So I was admitted very quickly, transported by ambulance. They ran plenty of tests, put me in the ICU, and also put me on the transplant list. So I'm like, whoa, what's happening? What's happening to me? And at this time, my babies were like 3 months old, so they would have never known me if I would have, things would have not gone the way that things are not the way that they are now. So I was, kind of in shock, but also through that shock and through the, having to get tests, be poked, be prodded, you can't walk, you need to, lay down, you're weak, you're gonna fall out, all of this stuff, because I never lost consciousness. I'm like, where are my babies? Where are my babies? Will I ever see them? And so I remember them being brought to me when, I kind of got stabilized in the hospital. I remember them being brought to me and visiting me. And I remember also saying a prayer just to help me be able to go home so that I could see them and watch them grow up. So taking motherhood for granted, since that moment, is something that I make a choice every day not to do. So that is why I consider them to be my greatest accomplishment.